How cool was that? For an intro.
Pretty awesome, man. I love it.
It's amazing. I had so much fun making it. I really did. It's really cool to see it live and actually working.
It a lot.
So, hey, hello, welcome to the first podcast of the ResistanceDAO, hosted by myself, Moshe David, and occasionally we'll get to see the co-founder of the Resistance, the famous and awesome Chris Tabb, who's not with us today, but he will be joining in future podcasts. The podcast itself is called Resistance Rising. It's a founder spotlight series. So we'll be inviting interesting and inspiring founders from the resistance community, chatting with them, and in a very sort of casual fireside type environment, talk about experiences as founding Web3, backstories, hobbies, habits, and obviously we'll dig into the projects that we're involved with, and lastly, what resistance as a community means for them personally. Well, before I introduce our first guest, and it's pretty exciting to actually get to do this, we have a sponsor for the podcast, for the Resistance podcast, and partner. So I'm going to bring up, I think I've got to share a screen and then talk through it. Just bear with me. Here we go. Oh, very professional. Right. Our first sponsor and partner is Insiders. So Insiders is a platform by creators for creators, building transparency and upgrading the monetization of event ticketing and using Web3 NFT ticketing. As creators of in real life experiences, the one thing we despise with the industry is the lack of a single easy to use platform where we, the creators, can control the entire ticket life cycle, including fees. So we fixed that with industry-leading services that goes beyond the tickets. So Insiders powers event experience and activity creators to deliver results that exceed your goals with a single, easy-to-use platform. From awareness scanning to post-event engagement, Insiders empowers creators to manage the entire event cycle, issue tickets, and seamlessly validate them at the venue. Afterwards, power post-event fan engagement by adding additional benefits on the fans to come back again and again. The team have worked with some pretty amazing experiences such as Bitcoin 2022, Expoverse, and the North American Bitcoin Conference, to name just a few. Check out the website to see current event tickets and sales, and grab yourself a reduced price Web3 Insiders Pass. The easiest way to attend the biggest events in the Web3 ecosystem. With one NFT, you gain entry into world-class events all over the US. That's the definition of in real-life utility. NFT holders will gain early access to NFT pass mints, new event edition insiders, after parties, event-specific networking events, and swag. Oh, I love the swag. That's insiders.io, so it's spelled insiders with a 3, so 3RS at the end.io. Go and check it out. And we stop sharing. Cool. Insiders is awesome. Have you used any of their ticketing stuff, like any of the big events yet?
I haven't yet. I haven't been able to go recently, so I haven't had the chance to use it yet.
So they've got, I'm going to be using it with an event actually which Block hosts. My project is coming for ETH Tel Aviv, and possibly, remember, we've also got Paris coming up as well. We've got loads of stuff coming up in Miami, which they're involved with pretty much every project going on there. So they're super cool. I'm really, really happy to be partnering with them. And that sponsoring of this podcast is just pretty fucking awesome. Right, let's get to Ty. So here we go. Let's get to Ty, our founder for the Founder Spotlight. So it's Ty Stevenson. So it's great to have you on. To be honest, this is a long time coming for us. It's a long time for the podcast in general to launch properly and with a cool intro. But for us to chat and to shoot the shit has been coming on quite a long time. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm back and forth on LinkedIn for at least 6 months. And we finally get the chance. It feels like a long time coming. So I'm happy to be here. Happy to be with the ResistanceDAO and enlighten someone and to get some insights that they might not have had before.
Awesome. You were like, I mean, we're going to talk about it a little bit later on, but you're a real, like, ResistanceDAO OG from, like, almost day one of the original mint passes, etc. And on a personal level, you actually helped me out with advice on blog writing, community building, etc. with your MetaDADs project, which was awesome, and I really enjoyed it, guys. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But that was a fun Discord to be on. Like, of all the Discords, like, at a time when it was becoming shit and like botted out, that was a real fun, like, Discord to be on. It wasn't just good morning; it was like good morning with, like, a real beer. Like, it was proper dad stuff. It was really funny.
Thank you.
So just for our listeners, I'm going to explain why I think you're pretty awesome and inspiring, and then I'll let you give us an overview of yourself and tell us what you're up to. So Ty is an ex-Marine and a ResistanceDAO OG, which we just mentioned before, involved from day one. Now, I'm not sure which one deserves more credit, to be honest. Frankly, I mean, you can serve your country and you can put your life on the line, but to be honest, I think resistance trumps that. Is that fair to say? Let's be honest. So thank you for your service. Thank you for your service to the resistance.
Amen.
And obviously, on behalf of the resistance, thank you for your service to your country.
Thank you.
You're also founder of the MetaDADs community. We just mentioned that. WOKEYS Club, right? You're a brewer, a fellow brewer, I should say, because I've done my fair share of brewing myself. Co-founder of the super successful MetaBrewSociety. That's, I'll let you explain in your own words what that is. You're the founder of Multi-Layered Marketing, which is a Web3 marketing and media agency. You've got a daily Twitter space just kicking off now, which is a hell of a commitment to the cause on a daily basis. You live in Benidorm, Spain, with your wife and kids, but you hail from somewhere in the US. I'm sorry, I don't know where. To me, it's all the same. I'm kidding. Somewhere. Where is it exactly in the US?
I'm from Northern California.
California.
East of San Francisco.
Well, that actually explains the next part of my intro. You consider yourself a little bit of a philosopher, if I'm right. To delve deep into the meaning behind why we're doing stuff.
Yeah, I've been reading one book a week at least for the last 7 years, and are from philosophers like the Tao Te Ching from Lao Tzu, for example. The whole way of living, just go with the flow.
Wow.
Western, my favorite man to listen to, and it's just questions life. So among all, an observer, a questioner of why things are the way they are.
Do you find that, like, to be? I'll tell you, with me, for example. So philosophy, great, but I don't find it particularly motivating. So, like, when you've got only so much of, like, mind space, if I delve into it, I either get depressed or I lack the motivation to go up and actually do something, get out there and make something of it. It's like, because however much you learn philosophically on a level, you kind of opens up more cans of worms about how you don't really understand what's the purpose and this, that, and the other. And it's like, how am I supposed to get up and do, like, my mundane daily tasks when the bigger picture, you got to get to the source of why are we here? What's it all about? So I could do maybe 1 or 2 a year, and that's me covered. Frankly, for the philosophy stuff, I do a lot of motivational, like, startup books and, like, leaders and all that kind of stuff, trying to give me a kick up my ass to actually get up and work. Do you dabble in a bit of the? Sorry.
Go ahead. Stuff.
No, I was going to say if that's reading that you do as well.
I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, and on my new daily Twitter space, I start the show with a clip. So yeah, I'm still into it. As for philosophy and in terms of, I think it depends where you live. If you come from a Chinese background or an differ compared to coming from an English or an American background, the whole Western Eastern culture. And I take a lot of my way of living from the Eastern, being from the Western culture, it's inherent in me, right? Like I have the drive to Marine at 17. Like I have the drive to just do as much as I can, and everything I did about the Eastern culture, like it's a big contradiction of just going with stress over literally anything, because stress is what stress will kill you, right? You have good stress and bad stress, and so you just try to not sweat the little. Like I used to have a pretty bad temper when I was a young little hothead Marine, and and started smoking weed a little bit even after my military time. I started as much of a hothead, but that fire still burns in me, you know. So I have to practice daily all the time, otherwise the fire can come out pretty quick. So it's